everybody and welcome to another news update, and today we've got some new card scans for you which is going to be coming out in our future sets, and some information on BW7 which is going to be coming out in Japan very soon, and I've got a little bit of information of what's to come from my channel and a bit of a thank you as well, so let's get straight to it. So first up, I want to highlight some cards that are coming out in Japan. We've received some exciting new scans from their newest set and some of them are looking pretty good. I'm going to highlight 3 at the moment. And the first one I'm going to highlight is a supporter called Skylar. Now Skylar is a character from the game. A lot of confusion about who she is, I think. But yeah, she's from the game, and what this supporter allows you to do is simply search for one trainer card. And it doesn't sound that good at the moment, but since we're going to be losing Junkam very shortly, since there's only Nationals and Worlds left to play, it could become quite useful. I don't think it's going to become extremely competitive because it does muck up your random receivers, since PokeBeach is not going to be in the format anymore, and there's not much that you're going to really want to search out. When using a card like Twins, you always want to get more than 2 cards, so choosing one card could be quite difficult. What I can see the synergy with is those new Ace spec cards I talked about in my last news update. You can only run one of them in your deck, so maybe this is the card to play with it if you're just running a black and white Kyurem deck. I don't really know what the format's going to look like, but maybe it'll become more useful in the future. The next card I want to talk about is Escape Rope, which will be a very familiar card for most of you, since it is an exact reprint of Warp Point, a card that we've had and had reprinted a lot of times. So what Escape Rope or Warp Point did back in the old days is it lets your opponent switch their Pokemon and you have to switch your own Pokemon as well. Now it doesn't sound that great since your opponent gets to choose which Pokemon that they want to switch out, not like Pokemon Catcher where you can choose your target. Decks like Machamp in the old days were able to move counters out the way just to hit some bench Pokemon, get some cheap prizes, and it's really going to help in the early game at the moment, since it's going to allow you to stop your opponent from sacking off weak basics for you to just KO when you haven't got Catcher in hand, and just gives us another version, a slightly weaker version of Catcher that we can use when Junkam's gone from the format. It's a very interesting card. It was back in the Warp Point days and will be very interesting to see how people use it now. And the last card I want to talk about is Dusknoir, which is a very interesting card indeed. For those of you who remember Cursegar from back in the day, it was a trainer locking kind of variant hit and run where you could move 1 damage counter per turn on your opponent's side of the field. Now this Dusknoir goes one step further. It's a stage 2 psychic Pokemon with 130 HP, and the ability allows you to move your opponent's damage counters around unlimited. So you can, if you have 30 on one Pokemon, 30 to another, you can move them 30 across to knock out 60 HP Pokemon. So as you can imagine, this is an incredibly, really good power. The only downside is that it's stage 2, but stage 2s will be coming back since the format's going to be slowing down a little bit, but the glaring weakness is it's weak to Dark. Now being weak to Dark is incredibly bad, since a very popular deck that in Nationals at the moment is to do with Darkrai and Hydreigon, where you can just move energy around and keep healing your Darkrai's off and keep attacking. So Darkrai is still going to be around in the new format. You're going to have stuff like Catcher to catch it up, so you can't even be a bench sitter, and Escape Rope's going to be around as well, so you can't even safely have it on the bench 100% of the game. It's going to be really interesting to see how people can keep it in play while Vileplume's gone. Will Vileplume or some kind of train lock come back? I'm not too sure, but we did see an Oddish in the commercial, if that is any consolation. Vileplume doesn't always mean train lock, but still, it could happen. But yeah, without train lock and with new cards like Escape Rope coming out, I don't think the Dusknoir is going to be instantly playable until someone finds that great combination with it. Either way, the ability is incredible, and I hope to see some people make it work, so it would be really interesting deck to use. Now other cards that are released along with these scans are stuff like Electivire, Keldeo and Lunatone, but these cards aren't as good. We do get to see Keldeo as a card, which I think is one of the first cards with this new Pokemon in. A lot of you may not know about Keldeo, but here it is. It's a Pokemon, it looks kind of like a rainbow goat, I guess, but it's debuted in the video game a while back and hasn't been in the trading card game before, so it's one of our newest Pokemon, apart from Black and White Kyurem obviously, and yeah, it's interesting to see some new Pokemon in the game, still coming into the game. So now we move on to Japan's September set, which is their 7th Black and White set, and it's going to be called Plasma Gale, which is really interesting because it's supposed to be focused around Team Plasma. What people are speculating is that we could see some kind of SP engine come back, since we have had Team Magma Pokemon, Team Rocket Pokemon, SP Pokemon. We could see some kind of mechanic of the same kind of thing. Now, these mechanics, when they came out, were incredibly strong. Team Magma won Worlds, SP also won Worlds, so it could become an incredibly strong mechanic, but this is all speculation, obviously. Another interesting thing is that Lugia is on the front of the first booster pack artwork, which means we're going to get some more legendaries coming back into the game. Be interesting to see what type it is, if it's any good. I'm assuming it's going to be an EX because legendaries are in this game and they're purposefully making legendaries good just to keep legendaries as good as they can be and as cool as they can be. And it's just going to be interesting what's going to be in this set. If they do make a new mechanic, it'll be very interesting to see what they come up with. Hopefully it's not as powerful as SP, because in the Team Magma days it was kind of balanced and the Magma deck kind of came out as a rogue that won Worlds that year. So it'll be really, really interesting to see. And as a final point, I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you, because I've just reached 2,700 subscribers, which is a substantial amount. When I first started this, almost 2 years ago now, I really didn't think it was going to become this big, and I just want to thank you all for constantly commenting, viewing, liking, sending me messages, and subscribing. Still up to this day, it's still growing. So I just want to say a massive thank you. I'm reaching my 2-year anniversary of doing these PokeCast episodes on August the 30-something. I think it's the 30th or the 31st. And I'd really like to reach another milestone by then. So I'm on course to reach at least 2,800 by then by my analytics and stuff. But what would be really, really awesome would be to get to 3,000 just before my two-year anniversary. So what you can do to help me out is just tell all your friends about this. If you've got your own channel, then please spread the word. Just tell all your friends that play Pokemon, and I don't want to beg because that's a bit weird, but it would be awesome to make 3,000 subscribers on my 2-year anniversary. I will have something special for the 2 years, and yeah, it's going to be really awesome. Just want to thank you guys so much for liking, commenting and everything. You've been really awesome fans, and I hope you continue to be. So that's it for the news report for today, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're looking forward to the new cards, and a massive thank you again for the 2,700 subscriber milestone. If you're still watching this video, please click the like button in the bottom left hand corner. Please click to see my latest PokeCast episode after the small animation at the end. And as always, please subscribe and comment as usual. So with all that said and done, I will see you next time.